So fairly recently I discovered this rhythm game called Friday Night Funkin', and has a pretty good original soundtrack, so I thought, why not I do a ranking video on it, because the songs are all so good. So then I decided to make this video, rankings and all. Currently the most recent week added to the game is week 7, so I'll just be doing it from then up. So if like week 8 gets released later this year, then like it won't be in this video. So without further ado, let's do this. So the way we're going to do this video is in different segments. There's going to be the garbage segment, the math segment, the good segment, and the sick segment. You could probably tell what they're going to be like, judging by the names. But each segment is going to contain a couple songs that fit the category, and I'm just going to go over them from there. So yeah, let's start the list. Also, if you have a differing opinion on any of these songs than me, then, well, this is just my opinion, and it's different from yours, so deal with it. Did I just say deal with it in 2021? For number 22, we have Senpai. I just don't like this song. It feels like the popular kid at school is just flaunting how much better they are at singing than me in front of everybody. Whenever I play this level, I tend to just sort of tune out the song because it's just very boring and not very fun to listen to. This is like the one song that when I listen to the Spotify playlist I skip every time. It just wasn't really the best start to a week that I was really hyped up for. Other than that, that's all I really have to say. I mean, the instrumentals were pretty good. It does actually feel like it would be music from a dating simulator, but other than that, I do not like this song, so it ended up becoming the worst one on this list. Anyways, on to the next one. Coming in at number 21, we have Coco. This song I just think is very boring. Whenever I listen to it, I often, don't pay attention to what's going on. Just like with Senpai, I just sort of tune out the music and do the rhythm part. The song is okay in my opinion, but the main part I don't like is the instrumentals. It just sounds very distorted. And I think that's the point. It's supposed to sound like more nostalgic or something, but I just think it's not very fun to listen to. Also, there's this weird giggle at the end of the song that startles me every time. Not sure if anybody else hears that. Aside from those criticisms, it is still a pretty good sounding Christmas song. By good sounding, I mean it sounds like a Christmas song. Anyways, that's all I have to say for number 21. Let's go to number 20. For the number 20 spot, we have Monster. I was not a very big fan of Monster's songs, mainly due to the fact that all of them have really disturbing lyrics. I guess that's kind of the whole point. I mean, Monster is a scary guy. He's a giant lemon-headed demon monster who wants to eat our girlfriend, but I mean, the songs can at least be a little fun to listen to. With Monster, it just sort of sounds like he's just sort of talking about what he wants to do to us over very catchy music. I think the whole shtick with Monster's song is that they're supposed to have disturbing lyrics but have a very upbeat background music. But the thing with this one is the lyrics aren't quite as disturbing as with Winter Wonderland, so it just kind of sounds like a kid's song, except it's being sung by a really creepy guy. I am very glad, though, that they re-added this back to the game after discovering that's actually quite easy to do or something like that. Apparently some modder had added this level back to the game, and the developers were so impressed that they just ended up doing it themselves and credited the guy who made the mod, so that's pretty impressive. Anyways, that's all I have to say for number 20. Let's go to number 19. For number 19, we have Winter Wonderland. This song I definitely like better than Monster. It's certainly a lot catchier than the other one. The only difference is that this one has much more disturbing lyrics about wanting to torture the main character and their girlfriend, which isn't that fun to listen to, but I mean still, the beat is very catchy, thus making it the bottom spot of the garbage section. That's all I really have to say about this song. There's not much else to say, so with that, let's move on to the meh segment. The meh segment contains songs that I thought were okay, forgettable at worst, and mediocre at best. They weren't the worst in the game, but there certainly are better songs than these, and these just sort of had to take the spot of the punching bag. I don't know what that means, but let's just go to the next segment. For the number 18 spot, we have Spookies. This song I don't like. Well, you might be thinking, if you don't like the song, then why is it not in the trash segment? Well, to answer that question, it's only the first half that I don't like. The first half is very annoying. You know that one episode of Superstore where the guy keeps hearing, Christmas music over and over or something, and eventually has to go to extreme measures to try and tune it out? but then he fails to do that and then tries to like throw stuff at the speakers to make it stop playing the song over and over again. That's kind of what this feels like. It feels like a really cheesy kids song, which I guess is kind of fitting because like the two main characters are kids who love Halloween, and so I'm guessing they're gonna like Halloween songs. You know, I do appreciate the Spooky Month reference with this. This is like one of the few Newgrounds animations I actually knew about before the game. So yeah, the first segment is kind of annoying on the song, but the end segment is actually pretty catchy. Like, it all of a sudden switches tones from like a cheesy kids song to like a regular rap song, which then the rest of the week pretty much follows that. That's all I have to say for Spookies. Now let's move on to the next song. For number 17, we have Boppy Bo. I mean, this is the first song in the entire game other than the tutorial. It's kinda boring. I mean, it's very slow and easy to play in the game, which is understandable considering it's like the first level. But, I mean, they did a pretty good job with it for an easy song. It's pretty catchy, but sadly it wasn't really good enough for me, so I had to put it up at this spot. Also, from what I've heard, there's 3 different versions of this song. One that's present in the game, one that's on SoundCloud, and one that's on Spotify. I think that's how it is, but it might be different. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, that's it for number 17. Let's go to number 16. For number 16, we have Tutorial. I said the previous one was the first song in the game, but technically this one is, even though usually I wouldn't count the tutorial as a level, more of like an intro to the game. This game did a very good job with the tutorial, making it a catchy song just like the rest of the soundtrack, and generally doing a good job with teaching the player how the game works. I mean, the controls are pretty simplistic, so like what is there to teach the player? Sadly, I had to put it higher up on the list because it wasn't exactly the most fun song to listen to, but it's still a very good tutorial. Now for number 16. For number 15 and the last song of the mass segment, we have High. I know the song has a lot of fans, so I'm sorry to those people, but I mean, in my opinion, this was probably one of the more forgettable songs of week 4. Like, we got the absolute bangers of the first song and last song, and then we just kind of got this one wedged in the middle. Still a very good song, but not quite as good as the other two. Also, that part at the end is absurdly hard. Like, have you seen all that note spam in any other song? Like, other than the one that comes directly after this one? It's just insane. Anyways, I don't hate this song. I actually really like it. It just sadly didn't fit all the way in the good segment coming up, so I just had to put it at the end of the mass segment. So sorry to the people that like this song. Not a bad song, but still not the best one either. Now we're entering the good segment. These are the songs that I pretty much like, and I do not feel like any negativity towards at all. So yeah, let's move on to the good segment. For number 14, we have Thorns. This one I felt was like, at first I didn't like it so much, but it sort of grew on me the longer I listened to it. It sort of has this trance-like feel to it, like I'm sort of being hypnotized by the spirit or something like that. It's just a very interesting song. It also really sounds like it would make a good final boss fight theme, which is fitting considering the last character in the final form in week 5 is a lot like, wait, no, that's week 6, I messed it up. The final character in week 6 is very, like, aggressive and final boss-ish. It would make a very good final boss to the game. The only thing that threw me off about this song was that it used the, like, I don't even know what it's called, like the AAA sound effect in the background, which sort of made it seem less like a scary song and more of just a random, like, trap song. Other than that, very great song. For number 13, we have Dad Battle. This one I felt was a bit overrated, but still a very good song. It makes a good hardest song of week 1, and also makes a very good final song for what we see of Daddy Dearest in the first week. Also, for some reason, the melody of the song reminded me of music by Fall Out Boy, but that might just be me. I don't really have that much to say about the song, other than that it used to be hard, until they added harder songs to the game, so yeah. On to the 12th... today. On to the 12th song of the list. For number 12, we have Pico. Now, I might have a bit of bias against this song, because I'm currently trying to verify a Geometry Dash level that uses this song in it, and I've had to listen to it over and over again, like, on repeat. Like, I don't even know how many attempts I have on that level. It was a lot of times, basically, but still, I can't seem to hate this song, it's just really catchy. It also makes a great introduction to week 3, which I think is a good thing. I also like that this is one of the few songs to actually say the name of the song within the song, which is very rare considering all of the lyrics of the songs in this game are complete gibberish, so that's a pretty interesting fact. For number 11, we have Fresh. This song I liked the best out of everyone in week 1. I just thought it was really cool. The beatboxing at the beginning of the song was a bit weird, but after a while it started to grow on me, and like, the song just has a very catchy beat to it. It also feels like the least aggressive out of every song in this game. Like, Bobby Bo sounded like he was like Daddy just like a baby and give you the easy songs, and Dad Battle, I mean, come on, it's like his final song. It's of course gonna be hard. But this one just sounds like the two are like chilling and beatboxing for some reason. I don't know, I just like this one. For number 10, we have Guns. This one I sort of felt a bit weird about at the beginning. It certainly was one of the more forgettable songs in my opinion. I mean, the instrumental version of this song the instrumental version of this song is one of the least viewed Friday Night Funkin songs on Kawaii Sprite's YouTube channel. But after a while of thinking that the song was bad, I listened to it again and realized, wait a minute, I haven't even heard the full song yet. Then I heard the song and holy crap, this one is really good. That part at the end where, like, Tankman ascends, as the community calls it, it's gotta be one of the hardest parts in any level of this game. I mean, it goes on for so long and it's so fast, but it's still such a catchy part. I don't know, I think the last part really saves the song. I mean, the beginning part sounds exactly like just with a different melody. But other than that, it's definitely a great song to end the good segment with. Now we're going to be moving on to the 6th segment. These are the 9 best songs in the game, in my opinion, that I really have absolutely nothing negative to say about. So yeah, let's do this. Number 9, we have Satin Panties, or Satan Panties, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a very good song. It really feels like 80s-esque, like, the mom is like an ex-pop star, or a current pop star, or something like that. But this definitely sounds like something that would come out of a past era, and I just really love it. Compared to all the other songs, this one's probably the most laid back in terms of, like, not sounding like the two are fighting. It just sounds like they're having a casual discussion. And also the quote-unquote main chorus of the song is just great. I definitely recommend this to people who want to hear this soundtrack for the first time. On to number 8 now. For number 8, we had Blammed. At first I didn't think too much of this song. I was originally going to say it was very forgettable, but now that I hear it again, it's very good. It really sounds like a hardcore rap song, especially when Pico starts singing really fast. On top of that, it just has like a really ominous feeling to it, like during the beginning where it's like the chiming noises, and towards like the big loud part where Pico starts singing fast, you can hear like the whispering in the background. Just a very good song. On to number 7. Coming in at number 7, we have South. This one has got to be one of the most well-known songs in the game. I mean, come on, just listen to this beat. You've got to remember this for a while. It just feels less like a kiddie Halloween song and more of a spooky-themed rap. Also, according to Kawaii Sprite in a YouTube comment, this is based off of 3-6 Mafia, which is pretty cool. Overall, I definitely say this is one of the best songs in the game. For number 6, we have Ugh. That delivery of the title does not actually convey my thinking of this song. Ugh is definitely one of the most memorable ones in the game. I mean, it's the most viewed song on Kawaii Sprite's YouTube channel. That may be due to the fact that it was released early, but I think some of the other songs for the games were released early, and this one so far got the most views. You can tell a lot of people like this song when it literally has more views than a BTS song of the same name. That really says something. The song itself, I really like it. I like the banging noises that are used for percussions as well as most of the instrumentals. It's also really cool that Tankman got his own custom animation for him just saying, ugh. Very good song for a very good level. Aside from that, it's like, there's nothing bad about it. I was going to say something bad about it, but there's absolutely nothing bad about it. On to number 5. Taking 5th place for the best song in the game is Eggnog. Now I think this song is grossly underrated. I see a lot of other ranking videos putting this in like the back 10 songs on the list. I personally think it's an underrated gem from this game's soundtrack. Compared to Coco, this one's a lot more upbeat and is definitely a lot catchier. It sounds more like a modern Christmas song as opposed to the other ones sounding a bit more like a nostalgic Christmas song. And also the part where boyfriend harmonizes with Daddy Dearest and the mom is just great. Now, on to the number 4 spot. Number 4, we have Philly, or Philly Nice as that's called on some of the full versions. Philly is another one that I thought was very underrated. A lot of the ranking videos I see seem to put this the lowest on the list compared to the other ones, but I think this is definitely the best song in the entire week. It also seems to get very creative with Pico's vocoder a lot of times. And by creative, I mean the time where he seems to have a seizure into his microphone. That part was very weird to listen to. But it's weird in a good way. This song is very weird, but in a very good way. This one also seems to be very reminiscent of the music from Splatoon. I have never played this game or listened to its soundtrack, but it just feels like something that should be in that game. That's all I have to say about this one. Now on to number 3. For number 3, we have Stress. Again, another one that I think was very underrated. A lot of people say this one's like the worst out of the week 3 songs, but I think it's the best. I love the use of sampling in this one, like, there's like the gunfire noises, you can even hear like people dying over a radio chat in the background. It's very cool. Or who knows, maybe I'm just mesmerized by Pico shooting guns to the beat of the song in the background of the weak level, but I still think that this is definitely one of the best ones. It also ended the game's current most recent week on a very good note. That's all I have to say about Stress. On to number 2. For number 2, we have MILF. This song is definitely the most popular one in the game. Before came around, this was the most viewed video on Kawaii Sprite's YouTube channel, and I could see why. Whether it's because of the very hard part, the infamously hard, fast part that everybody dies on, or because the main chorus of the song is a motif of Never Gonna Give You Up, the song is just very good. It also has a very rapid tonal shift from the previous 2 songs of week 4. Overall, I really love this song and it's very fun to listen to. Now, for number 1. If you can keep track, you probably know which song is going to go here because, you know, it's the only one that hasn't been mentioned on the list yet. Taking the number 1 spot for best song in Friday Night Funkin' goes to Roses. This song is amazing, I just love it, and it's definitely the best song in the game. I can't believe the first song in week 6 ended up being the worst one on the list, and the one that came directly after it ended up being the best one. That just amazes me. I personally love everything about this song. The vocals, the instrumentals, just like the general level. It's all really cool. The background music sounds like something out of a 2000s Newgrounds game, which is very good, very cool to listen to. And the vocals just sound like, it also sounds like something out of a 2000s Newgrounds game. Instead of sounding like a battle, it sounds like Senpai and boyfriend are just having an argument over something. And the best part of this song is how it actually conveys how Senpai is getting gradually angrier and angrier with boyfriend as he does better. There's more notes added into previous parts that didn't have those notes, and it just generally sounds like he's trying to do better, but failing. There's also the ominous chiming you can hear in the background, which signals that something bad's about to happen. Overall, this definitely deserves the spot for best song in the entire game, and I think it's worth a lot more attention. And with that is the entire list of every Friday Night Funkin' song from week 1s to 6. Week 1s to 6? Why did I say it like that? If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And also, if you haven't already, be sure to hit the notification bell if you want to see whenever I upload videos, so, you know, I can get more views. I like getting views. Also, make sure to leave a comment down below if you want to see another. Also, be sure to leave a comment below. Greatly appreciated. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.